Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to address you all this afternoon. I am going to speak in English. The words I will say will mainly be on the screen, so you can see what I'm saying. Firstly, I'd just like to say that it's been a privilege for me to have been working in Hong Kong on football-related projects for the last 18 months. And the fact that everybody is here today, I think, indicates the level of interest in football in Hong Kong. We all know there is a long way to go in terms of improvement, but we have started on that particular journey, and it's good to see so many people turning out here today. We understand the passion for football in Hong Kong. We know the potential of football in Hong Kong. And as change agents, we are here to help the Football Association and its partners to realise that potential in football. We believe that the glory days that people remember can be surpassed in the future. So what I'm saying to you is the best is yet to come as far as football is concerned in Hong Kong. The government has a new strategy for football development, and it's wide-ranging, and it is targeted at improving football in Hong Kong at all levels. The first and most important recommendation of the strategy was to make sure that the Football Association has the financial stability, the resources and the expertise to deliver football in partnership with other people. The Football Association can't do it on its own. It needs people like you to get behind football and to work together for the good of the game. So once the Football Association has transformed itself, and we've started on that process already, the sort of outcomes we're looking for is stronger representative teams with more success internationally, a stronger professional level with a new professional league, better facilities, more facilities, greater access to those facilities. And that's going to require support from the government and people who control those facilities. In addition, we recognise that for a country to be successful in football, it needs to start that process when children are very young. So there needs to be good systems in place for youth development. So we want to start by getting as many people playing football as possible, and then allowing them to develop their potential through pathways that are created between clubs, schools, national squads, so that we're going to broaden the base of participation and raise the top of the pyramid and at the excellence level. So to do that, we need higher standards of coaching and coach education. We need the amateur game to be seen to be important, and for the amateur clubs to get the support and be part of the Football Association's family. And above all, we need to make sure that young people want to aspire to a career in football, that there are support services in place, and the players' welfare is, and their long-term benefits for the individuals are there, so that young people want to have a career as a professional footballer. So the aim of the work that we're doing at the Football Association is really twofold. Firstly, it's to make sure that the association has the skills, has the resources, has the plans in place to develop football. Secondly, it's then about implementing that change and working with partners to make sure that the things that I've mentioned, that vision for football in the future, can actually be delivered. And our role as the change agent is to lead that transformation process, to set in place the plans that the Football Association will then implement. Now, we're independent, we're objective. Our sole purpose is to raise the standard of football in Hong Kong. We want to improve the financial strength and the stability. We want to make sure that everybody in the FA and its partners are working towards common goals. We want to improve the relationship between the Football Association and those partners. We want to make sure that the people that are employed by the Football Association, and we've met with all of them, and they're very passionate about football, as we all are. And they're very enthusiastic. They need the help and the support and the organisation behind them to work with you to develop football. We want to improve the speed of the decisions are taken. And once the board of the Football Association has determined the strategy and the policy, that the Secretariat, the Executive, can get on and manage that process on a day-to-day basis. So our goal is to make the Football Association a world-class organisation. I said we're a long way down the process already. We have a report which includes 30 recommendations on the improvements of football in Hong Kong. We'll be presenting that report to the board in February, and if the board approves those recommendations in principle, they will then be shared with a wider audience so that we can get commonality of agreement amongst stakeholders that that is the way forward. The implementation really starts now. There is a lot to be done, but the outcomes could be significant. Those outcomes will include an improved reputation of the Football Association and relationships with partners, more money in the game, not just through the public sector, but through generating higher gate receipts, sponsorship, broadcasting rights, merchandising, building the Football Association up from a very sound financial position, improving the expertise within the Football Association, and making sure that the Football Association can lead the transformation. Any country needs a very strong national sports association leading the development of the game, and that's what we're trying to do here. It needs a strategy in place, and it needs a series of plans underpinning that strategy to be put in place. We're looking for improved performance on and off the pitch, and that will be measured, for example, by better results, higher rankings within the AFC and within FIFA. So I just summarise, and if you could help with translation, what we're trying to do is to get more people playing football.
Mark 嘅話咧，咁佢就想呢一個想多啲人參與啦，同埋就係多啲足夠嘅設施。
Better access to more facilities.
係足夠嘅設施啦。
A football development program that starts when children are very young and leads them all the way through so that they can reach their ambitions.
咁就係成立一個青少年嘅一個培訓嘅足球嘅計劃啦，就去嗰啲佢哋細細個就參與足球嘅活動，實踐佢哋對足球嗰個渴望啦。
A strong professional league that people want to play in and people want to watch.
一個強勁嘅職業聯賽啦，就俾人哋去參與啦。
More success for the national team.
就俾香港足球隊咧就多啲成功嘅經驗啦。
So to conclude, I'd like to say that we believe that this is a very exciting time for football in Hong Kong.
咁作為一個總結咧，咁阿媽就話就呢一個就係將為香港一個足球一個好興奮嘅一個時刻啦。
The future of football in Hong Kong is bright.
香港足球咧將會好一片光明啦。
And I would like to see the enthusiasm and the passion for the people that we have met along this process. I'd like to see what they want, which is for football to be part of the culture of Hong Kong. We'd like to see that delivered over the next 5 to 10 years.
咁將來嘅5至10年啦，咁就佢哋希望可以見到大家即係見到見過所有嘅人之中咧，就對足球嘅熱心同埋熱刺咧係繼續咁做落去嘅。
Thank you.
多謝晒。